losing. I'm losing. I lost. Dang. Dang. I really thought that was going to work. Damn it all to hell, dude. Damn it all to hell. Damn it all to hell. I wonder where I went wrong. I feel like I really had him kind of bent over a barrel, actually, with those knights. I thought you were blue. Yeah, actually, I just needed to fucking build a market and sell some wood. I actually think I win that game so hard if I just have a market and I sell wood, but... quick check. That's it. I'm done with Age of Empires for today. That guy handled surprise knights in his base surprisingly well. 17, 16, 18. I'm up. I'm winning. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. I get my wall up. I don't get harassed. There's a hole in my wall, which I should keep an eye on, but... I kill his horse. He goes double archery range. So you know exactly what he's going to do from minute 1. Dude, I can't believe I just walked 4 villagers and made 2 stables, and it didn't work. How did it not work, dude? You know what I should have done? This is going to sound fucking crazy. This is what I should have fucking done. I should have not attacked with the knights until I had like 50. I should have just focused entirely on surviving and secretly made... Because if you have like 5, then they die to the town center. But if you have 15, it's over. I kill everything. I think I attacked too soon. Dude, these fucking villagers. They're just sitting there. What a... This is so stupid. This is so stupid. He doesn't even wall. I didn't even need to build this here. He doesn't even have a wall. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, so I go Castle Age. He's building nothing but archers. What else could I have done here? I guess siege. A lot of mangonels would have been nice. I think I lose all my skirmishers somehow too. These are anti-archer units. So So I go castle. I start making knights. This is looking good. Okay, I think I have actually 2 options. There's 2 options, chat. The first one is send the knights immediately. Like, first 2 knights right here. Get him on the back foot before he's even attacked me. That would have been good. The other option is don't attack at all until I have 50 knights. I'm not playing one more game. I just want to review this game. Like, oh, can't you castle on this hill right here? You want me to build a castle right here? You want me to somehow magically find 450 stone out of my ass, teleport 10 villagers from here all the way over here, and then build a castle? That's what you want me to do. I'll just walk through his army of archers. That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. I would love to see Hera explain to me why I fucking lost this game, because honestly, this is unreal. I have fucking 6 knights in his base before he's even attacked me. That's what fucking happens. Oh my god, my skirmishers just walk into a fucking firing line. They just walk uphill into their own fucking doom. Can you imagine if I had 10 fucking skirmishers dancing around here? It would have slowed him down so much. Oh my god, my foolishness knows no bounds. So I have 48 vills. He's got 38, and I have knights in his base, and he has no defense. This is crazy that I lost. I should have said 3 knights right here, by the way, over here. It's actually crazy I lost this game. It's actually criminal. Wait, it's actually criminal. How did I shouldn't have wasted my skirms, bro. He's got 26 villagers. Oh my god, I can't believe I lost this game. Wait, I actually can't believe I lost this fucking game, dude. He has 26 villagers. I actually got outplayed. This guy's a bit of a legend. How did he, where did he even get this siege? He walked it over from here? It's not even a forward siege? Dude, do you realize if right now I take all my knights and I run back, I could just snipe these 2 and he can't push me and it's over. Fuck! There's like a million ways I could have played this. There's like 4 million ways I could have played it, and I played the worst. Wow, I played that the worst. That's on me. That's on me. The surprise knights worked. He had 26 vills. I had nearly double. Oh, well, there you go. That's Age of Empires, folks. That's how every game it feels like goes. You can have a big advantage. You make one mistake. Rip. GG. Over. Move on to the next one, little bitch. What did R-Dubs and Yeti say? Sorry, I wasn't reading chat. Ziggy Boy 31. Let me read your chat. This is your first time chat message. You dropped in to say noob. That's not very nice. I feel like that's not. Is your first chat message? You don't even want to like pretend to be. You don't want to like. Doesn't even feel. David off. Thank you for the 42 months of tier 1. Okay. R-Dubs, you said this. You said the following thing. You said, the music was so fucking loud, by the way. Can you turn it down so next time it's better? No. No, I can't. That song, by the way, was called, if in case you were wondering, it was called The Sound of Viking Spirit, Epic Viking Background Music for Battle and Glory. It has 2.1k views. I don't know. It just got recommended. That was the song, in case you were wondering. The game looks fun. I'm going to try it. It's fun, but be warned. It'll break you. Okay. A little bit of news to discuss. In case you guys don't know, the United States and the European Union signed a trade deal today. Let me make sure this fits. Signed a trade deal. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have been very critical of all of Donald Trump's trade deals thus far, as most of them, like the Japan one, are not even deals. They're not even, both sides don't even agree on what they're giving. A lot of it's vague promises. However, in reading all the different articles about this deal today, the general consensus is that Europe kind of got steamrolled. Just to be real. The general consensus even among Europeans looking at this deal today is that unlike China, unlike even Canada, it feels like the EU deal is just America puts tariffs on all European goods and Europe does nothing. That's actually the deal. Now, understand this. I've been very clear about this since the beginning. Tariffs hurt American consumers because they make things more expensive, but it will raise money for America and does nothing on the European side. It just makes their industry slightly less competitive. So it is not a great deal on the European side. And looking into it, it paints a picture of a continent that is a little bit divided and a little bit having trouble finding its way in this US-China multipolar world. And so I want to go into it a little bit and explain what's going on. So, again, Donald Trump has been trying the same fucking bully trade tariff playbook on every country in the world at the same time. He goes in with a massive number and tries to get you to negotiate down to a smaller number, but the number where he still gets what he wants. And Canada and China, with other countries, but those two specifically, responded the way you probably should, which is forcefully. Canada and China both immediately retaliated and kind of held firm. Canada organized like anti-US good boycotts, tariffs of their own stuff. China, aura farming a little bit. Xi Jinping did they were ready for this, basically. China had everyone else, Europe and America's nuts in a vice, and basically said, every rare earth mineral goes through us. We've spent 20 years setting that up. So you're banned from getting any rare earth minerals, which you need for everything, until you lessen up on these deals. They have the world in a chokehold. This happened, and the rare earth thing actually caused Trump to taco a little bit, to back down. And again, there's still negotiations, but it had a leveraging point. That, again, until America finds a way to create refined rare earth minerals without China, this is going to be a really powerful negotiation point. So this happened. However, Europe described it as this. He's the bully in the school. This is a European diplomat. He's the bully in the schoolyard, and we didn't join others like Canada and China in standing up to him. Those who don't hang together get hanged separately. And it does appear that Europe, because it needs America as a customer so bad for their current economic system, kind of caved. They kind of blinked. They had strategies for how they were going to do this, but they were all too slow. Europe took a really long time to figure out how to retaliate, and they ended up signing this deal that, again, it doesn't look that good for them. So I want to explain why. So first of all, America, European Union is the largest exporter to America. More than Mexico, more than China, more than Canada, more than Japan, more than the United Kingdom. Okay, it's the percentage of our imports. We import more from the European Union. Okay, and so we are a big customer of European Union goods. And the chart for China looks like this. So in a situation where maybe Europe in a different world would want to be like more cozy to China, they kind of can't. This is the hard spot they find themselves in. Is because America buys a ton of European stuff, but China doesn't. China sells a ton of stuff to Europe. This is the trade deficit with China, trade surplus with America. So like if both are playing hardball, Europe is kind of stuck in the middle and has to cave a bit to America's demands, because caving to China just means losing all their manufacturing. This is jobs for Europe. They can make stuff and sell it to America. But this is not. This is like a complete loss to China. And that is the cold reality of what Europe finds itself in. Now, I do want to say this. I've been very critical long-term of this hardball, bully, burn your allies trade strategy of Donald Trump. And I do think long-term, it leads to everyone who can finding a way to do deals without him. But in the short term, people have to make do with the current situation. And in the current situation, Europe kind of didn't have a lot of choice. They were backed into a corner and had to accept a pretty shitty deal with American tariffs. It was bully ball. Now, Xi Jinping knows this, and he knows this is the best opportunity to try and get Europe into a better trading deal than to get him into the sphere of influence. And so he's openly saying this. Xi Jinping just had a meeting 4 days ago with the heads of Europe and said, make the right strategic choice. Wink. They're being very clear that, like, this is a big moment. You have to choose sides, Europe. Make the right choice. Don't fucking... But it does feel like they're getting kind of bullied from two directions. Until Europe is more united, this is going to be a problem. Because, again, different countries in Europe had drastically different opinions. Even this deal, which was agreed upon by the EU body, may be vetoed by the member countries itself. France, in particular, has called this deal submission. Macron called this deal submission. He basically said this is pussy ass shit. Europe should not be taking this bad deal. And so it remains to be seen what will happen, but it is probably the first case of Donald Trump's like blitzkrieg trading style where somebody finally blinked. Where I think a major trading partner, the EU, was too worried about what would happen if tariffs were too high. If he actually did throw down a 40% tariff or whatever. Merz, for example, from Germany, basically said failure to get a deal would have been disastrous because a trade conflict would have hit the export-oriented German economy hard. And that's the real long and short of it. Europe has factories that make things and sell them to America. If the tariff gets big enough and they can't do that, it's widespread job losses in Europe, and that's a big problem. So they blinked. Whether that was a good idea, whether it's strategically right, remains to be seen, but that is what happened. And I have to I have to say the truth of it. I can't be like, nah, another stupid deal. Like this one kind of worked, even if it did burn all our allies. So that's where we find ourselves. Again, many Europeans are balking at this unbalanced trade deal. Europe kind of gets nothing out of it. They have to promise to buy natural gas. They have to promise to invest in the United States. Those are kind of iffy. Those never get followed up on. And they have to accept a 50% tariff on all goods. So that's where we find ourselves with this deal. I at the same time, when these China talks are going on, the woman, von der Leyen, who negotiated the America-Europe deal, is basically talking to Xi Jinping and saying, listen, our trade deficit is at an inflection point. We can't do this. As enticing as it might be, we don't like Trump. We want to cozy up with China. We can't do it when you are 300 billion dumping products on us. Like China's eating all our manufacturing. The trade deficit has to be more balanced. You have to buy some European goods. And so that's the situation. I just want to give you guys a quick update on the trade dynamics going into this EU-US trade deal and why it's counted as a thing. Now, the last thing I want to say, I need to find a graph for this, but it's very important. Because somebody on Twitter was like, I bet Atrioc won't even talk about this. Donald Trump finally got a budget surplus because of the tariffs. And Atrioc won't even talk about it. He's going to ignore it. And I'm going to talk about it. Let me fucking bring it up. Let me fucking find it. Okay, here it is. Yeah, this guy tagged me in a video from Trump Army. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. I just want to show you. I want to make sure that you... Okay, this is all I need. So here's the video. Scott Bessent said this.
I think he's created a lot of leverage because he's created an A-B situation. He is able to go to the trading partners and say, look, I am happy to take in this tariff income if you don't want to negotiate. This is a high rate, but the U.S. is taking in massive amounts of tariff income. We had the first June budget surplus since 2015.
So they've been saying this. This is a talking point that's going on all right-wing media, and Trump is saying. They're saying the first June budget surplus since 2015. Now, I want to be so clear about the weasel words used there. This is the first budget surplus in the month of June. There's been budget surpluses in April or in July or in October. It's the first one in the month of June. And it looks like this. This is the chart. This purple line is the 2025 budget deficit compared to other years. Okay? What you'll notice is compared to 2024 and 3, it is up. It's a little bit lower than 3, but it's above 4. So we're still spending more money. But months where this line goes down are surpluses. Now you'll notice in like every April we've had a surplus. It's just because of when the payments happen. It's when the payments happen. So sometimes, like this is a surplus, this April in 2022. But it doesn't mean the deficit's not going up. By the end of the year, it's still way up. We're still spending a ton. Then we have 1 month where it's okay. Then we spend a ton. And so the idea that like things have turned around and we are now in a surplus is not true. 2025, we've spent more money than 24, more than 23, more than 2020, more than 2022. Okay? This is a confusing graph. I think this is actually perfect to see. This is just, you can see how much we've spent. So like by January, we've spent more in 25. We've spent 840 billion. Okay? By February, we spent a trillion, 1.1 trillion. Scroll up. Oh, you need to see the numbers. I'm sorry. There's the numbers. Okay. This graph is very clear. So obviously 21 and 22 were the insane years, but 2025 is worse than 24. Like all of the budget deficit of Biden that I've complained about in 24, it is worse this year. So these little tiny surpluses we have on some months don't mean anything. It's like saying Biden had a good budget because in this month of September, he had a slight surplus. It doesn't matter because by the end of the year, you spent 2 trillion more than you brought in. Do you understand? Like the ones where it's going up are way more than ones where it's going down. So just, if you're going to hear this talking point, know that it's complete and total bullshit. They just picked June and said, we have a budget surplus for the first time. Things are turning around. I promise you, by the end of the year, this purple line is going to be higher. It's going to be way up because we are spending way more than we bring in. The tariff income is negligible. So I just want that to be super clear. That being said, again, credit where credit's due. At least in the short to medium term, this deal hurts Europe a lot more than America. That's straight up fact of it. It may not get signed or it may not get, it may get vetoed by the member parties. But if it goes through as is, it is a drag on European exports and a benefit to American exports. They didn't do any counter tariffs. So, hurt them Brits. The British actually are not part of this deal. They left the EU. So this is the EU without Britain in a member deal. However, again, like France is revolting against this deal. They hate it. They think it's submission. They think it's bad. So anyway, I want you guys to just understand the little dynamics there and why. Again, I read pretty much entirely European sources for this. Many Europeans see this as like a pretty bad deal, but they understand the deer in the headlights position as U.S. and China are really muscling up. Like that, the world is being muscled up between U.S. and China. Now, what's weird is combined, like totally combined and united, the EU has an economic force equivalent to China and America, but they're not quite moving in unison yet. They're just not quite moving in unison. Hello, Mr. Atrioc. I showed my Chinese parents your videos, and my dad said he liked your balanced view on China, and my mom said you're a handsome young man. I don't know about young. That's very kind. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you to say. That's a very nice message, and I appreciate it. That's a very nice message. Did I have anything else I want to say? I mean, I kind of want to do some. I don't want to, over talk about it. That's the summary. Is the trade deal actually good for the U.S.? Don't tariffs still hurt the U.S. economy? Listen, yes. So there's data out now on who pays the tariffs now that they've actually been in place in certain jurisdictions in certain places. It's like 80% of the cost is going to American consumers. 20% is going to the company in the country that's sending it. So we are going to pay higher prices. That's no doubt about it. And a lot of that hasn't been fully felt yet because so many companies have front ran the tariffs and loaded up warehouses in America with stuff before the tariffs. Like we still haven't run out of that supply. We've front ran the tariffs. There's still tons of supply in warehouses that is still trickling